Okay, good morning. We've got a Stoelting unit here that they just said it wasn't performing. It was making weird noises. It's hard to find out what it was really doing. So I got into the error logs. Okay, let's go back to 1. And max clean time, okay. Time exceeded. Runtime error, which means it didn't satisfy. If I see a bunch of runtime errors, I often think it's refrigerant. So runtime error, no current. That's a weird one. So error 14, no current. Runtime, no current. Clean time, that's no big deal. High torque. So the right side, we've been good since then. So just upon powering it on, it's automatically going to turn the hoppers on, and it did, and they appear to work, and the unit appears to have satisfied. As far as running, it's cleans. Both beaters appear to run in the proper direction. Interesting is while running the right side, I'm in freeze. The compressor did come on for a second, and now the compressor is cycling on and off. I'm 100% in a freeze mode. Okay, right side freezing. The compressor's not running right now, and it's cycling on and off. I want to show you that in video. Okay, here it goes. Off. The funny part to this is I'm fairly certain there is no pressure controls on this unit at all. The only reason it would be shutting off would be lack of power. Very interesting, could be wrong. Now let's turn the right side off. Let's turn the left side to freeze. And see if the, okay, now we're freezing left. See if it follows the barrel. Okay, I just heard the solenoids open. Now the compressor starts. Sounds terrible. And yeah, so it has nothing to do with the specific barrel. We got something going on with the refrigerant charge. Let's gauge up. So we haven't had a condensing fan. Obviously there's a high pressure cutout. We'll see. I haven't fired up yet. The condensing fan didn't come on immediately, which I wasn't concerned about because I knew it has to build a certain amount of head pressure. Maybe it's as simple as a condensing fan electrical problem. All right, so take a look. She's definitely cutting out on high pressure. So let me get to the back side of this unit where I can see a little more. And let's chase the wiring and see if there's a fan cycle that's failed or the motor. I have it powered off completely, okay? The motor does spin. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, it's not great. Not great. It doesn't spin smooth, but it's also not locked up. The motor doesn't feel very hot to me. So you can see, not awesome. Okay. Okay, so look. Fan motor, compressor contactor, red and white, that's correct. So it just gets it straight 240 from right there. And I'll get the meter, but we know when that comes on, it also feeds 2 black lines, which one's the relay to the compressor, and the compressor's coming on. So you are absolutely going to be getting 240 volts to the stand motor, and it's just not running. Now we get into a little more investigation, looking around the shaft. Oil. Here, oil. Bad fan motor. I am gonna hook up to it and just verify that we're getting 120 volts. I don't have this fan motor because it's very specific. You're gonna have to get it from Stoelting. Well, you're not gonna believe this. So I was just weaseling in here, moving stuff around, and the fan came on. So now I gotta check my connections in here, see what's going on. If we just had a loose, it looks to me like that red connection was loose. I'm not gonna go reach it in there right now. Now let's see if she stays online, or if the fan, maybe the fan ran for the first 5 minutes I was here and then it overheated and clocked out and I didn't notice. All right, upon startup, it still took a big hit, but when I just pulled off right now, I was at 270 and dropping. It spiked over 300, but we've got cylinder temp now. Let's look. None of this changes the fact of my grease right here or on my shaft. I'm unplugged again on my shaft. So it could be that we just sent 120 volts to it so long, it got unhappy inside. It's strange. I don't see any wires rubbed. I was chasing. Right, you'd think it would have tripped, but in case we've got a damaged wire, it's just this red and white wire all the way back. Everything looks fine. And even in here on my connector, I don't look loose. And if you were wondering, my wiring diagram was in there. Put it back. I just removed both the red and the white wires, and I crimped them shut a little bit more. They're on blade terminals. Put them back on the blade terminals. I'm gonna find out how many amps this motor is supposed to pull. I'm gonna call Stoelting quick, because there's no tag I can see on it. We're gonna see if it's overamping. I still don't like it. I still think we should change the motor. But we're gonna go ahead and let it run. I'm gonna put product in one side and let it run and see if it'll stay online. All right, so I'm outside, cleaned the filter. Now I'm letting it dry. And what I'm actually gonna do before I put product in, I am gonna go in and I'm gonna run both barrels empty just for a few minutes. And the reason I'm gonna do that is I wanna make sure that fan doesn't work for a while and then drop out, because I don't wanna fill it with product and then have to unfill it with product and sanitize it and all that jazz. I know frame rates can be funny, but like that doesn't feel like it's spinning fast enough to me. Our head pressure jumped up to 320 at startup, which is way too high, and now it's starting to pull down. So the fan may get by a little bit, but it's not right. Alright, so the machine's been sanitized. So we're going to roll in, put some strawberry in. Watch our temperatures. We're also going to left-right set select. That's going to give us technician access. Shh, don't tell Stoelting I told you that. And then performance. And now we're going to watch. So again, I was running it empty, so already the barrel started out cold. Let's check in on our pressure. Excellent. So our pressures are coming down. So again, how this unit works is it's on consistency based on the amperage of the motor. So temperature's irrelevant. It's just going to keep going. That temperature's going to keep dropping until the consistency of the product gets thick enough. Drives our motor amps up, depending on the product, normally to somewhere between 3.5 to 4.5 amps. Okay, so our left side turned off and satisfied. Our fan's going to keep running because the hoppers run. So barrels take priority. So when in freeze, the hopper is not cooling, but the barrel is. and then the barrel shuts off, it switches to the hopper. So, consistency, spot on, baby. Spot on. Fan's still rolling, no drama. I'm gonna go ahead and load up the chocolate as well. So just cycling through so you can see what I mean. So the left side kicks back on. It's running 3.1 amps, which apparently is still a little thin based on the resistance of the beater. All right, so it's gonna shut off at some point soon. And we switch to the right, we're only running 1.9 amps because it's still too thin. So, and I just heard the left cut out. So, I don't know, 3.4 maybe cut out. And all that's preset. Well, it's preset. You fill it with water and then you run a zero load. So it knows with just liquid resistance what the amperage is. It's all very complicated, right? Over my head. So I am still leveraging to replace this motor. There's some conflict whether this unit is under warranty or not. Conflict isn't the right word. According to the manufacturer, it was started in January. According to this location, it may have been purchased in January, but the startup where someone came out and trained them wasn't done until the summertime, July or August. So they're trying to provide me that paperwork, and then I'll deal with Stoelting on, you know, where the truth of it is, as far as who's done what. Because if it wasn't started until July or August, then it should still be under warranty, I think. But, you know, Stoelting is the boss. The wiring was a little loose. Again, could have been something from transit, but odd it would show up, you know, 7 months later. 2.5 amps. You guys like longer videos, so I'm making longer videos. LOL. I just heard our favorite Minutes Walk ice machine go into a harvest mode behind me. Haunts my dreams. Hearing those harvest valves. I hate them. So it's thickening up quick. 2.7. Alright, so she just satisfied. First draw. Bangarang, baby. Froyo.